My name is Tommy Lanham. I'm a professional speaker and life coach and enthusiasm catalyst.
Here we go.
I would stand up in front of a mirror and I would look myself in the eye and I would begin to say things like, I, Tommy Lanham, am a very enthusiastic person. I am well aligned, I am focused, I am clear, I am goal oriented, and I would just go through a whole list of positive characteristics. And I would do this twice a day for I don't know how long I did this. I still do it from time to time. I'm going through a self-talk process right now. But in the beginning, man, I felt so weird. That I would stand up in front of this mirror and I would begin to say these things about myself. And the house that we lived in at the time was it was a cabin-like house, and so there was really not any place to go and hide. I would go in the bathroom and turn on the fan and look in the mirror and hoping nobody would hear me, and then I would walk out of the bathroom and my wife would be looking at me like I was nuts. And the more powerful and enthusiastic that you say it, the more effect it has on you. And not only the self-talk, but just every area of my life I began to look at how I could be better. I started setting goals and then developing a plan to reach those goals. I developed a personal purpose statement that I had for my life, and all of these things began to come together, and it helped me radically change the way I saw myself. And that shift from an average student, a C student at best, began to shift into a student who could excel. Matter of fact, all of my life coaching training classes that I took, I scored top scores in those classes. In the classes that I took at Lexington Community College, the sociology classes, got A's in both of those classes. The classes I continued to take, I did extremely well. But when I decided to go back into an university, an institution of higher learning that was regionally accredited and could offer me a degree, I thought, this is the opportunity to really see if all of this change is really that big and that significant. Now, I don't know why I needed that, because several other areas in life, when I first started doing this stuff, I ran a ministry called Upside Down Ministries, and just the growth of that ministry during that time was just amazing. The opportunities that I had in pastoral ministry and the success I got to experience there, I would not have experienced had it not been for that transformation of my mindset that had taken place. But for some reason, I just felt like I needed to prove myself as a full-time student in a fully accredited university. And so when I entered Liberty, my decision was, before I started the first class, I'm going to get a 4.0. Now, even though I'd been doing this for 18 years, this self-talk and this personal development and this mind shift change of the fact that I'm not an average person, but I am a person that can excel if I just set my mind to it. Even though 18 years of that had been taking place, there was still this little thought in the back of my mind when I said I'm going to make a 4.0. There was this little, what I call a mundanian in the back of my mind saying, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? But I took those first few classes, got A's and No's, went to my next semester of classes, got A's. The whole process, I kept that 4.0. Not bad for a 6th grade flunky, but it never would have happened if I had not changed my mindset. As long as I told myself I was a C student at best, then my reality would have been that I was a C student at best. As soon as I told myself I'm going to make a 4.0, that is when the reality began to kick in, and I began to perform as a 4.0 student.